Hey guys, it's Kara here and I'm back with another video. Today is my final artist review of the iPad 2020 Pro. Almost 2 months later. Guys, this review is coming from a point of view of my use of the iPad 6th Gen. That was the previous iPad that I had before this. I never owned the Pro model of the iPad. This is my very first luxury Pro iPad. I must say I love it. That's why this is such a huge upgrade for me, coming from the 2018 6th Gen base iPad that I got for like $200 on eBay plus $50 for the Apple Pencil, comparing to this 2020 total that cost this amount, which is crazy, but I fell in love with it. Like, it works amazing. It works so well. So let me get into some of these points. Something that I've been using the 2020 iPad Pro as my second display and drawing tablet, thanks to Duet Display, and I talked about it so much here. Check out my last video comparison between Duet Display and Easy Canvas. That's been the main reason that I've been using this. It's so useful when I'm on the go, which made me wish that I got the 12-inch version of the iPad versus the 11-inch, and I love the design of this. Bezel-less, it's beautiful outdoors, it works well. I love the way the 2nd Gen Apple Pencil charges, and also the camera on this thing is great. Like, the camera quality is so good on this thing, and also the speakers. I love this for just consuming content, watching anime on top of drawing. Some of my main downside is with the operating system. Multitasking on iOS is just not what I'm used to. I'm coming from Samsung, and Samsung is the king of multitasking. I could have so many different floating windows, but on the iPad, the most that I've been able to have is up to 3, and the way they're on the screen is just not the most optimized. So that's just a huge bummer, since this has 6 gigs of RAM and it's more optimized for it, since apps are made for the iPad compared to other tablets that I've been using, and so things just work so much better on here. Just wish Apple, please bring better multitasking support on this. And also there's mouse support now, which I wasn't too crazy about. I was happy about it the first time, but then after that I forgot about it, since everything on the iPad works so much better touch wise. Just touching it, like, apps are optimized for it. And the reason I keep saying apps, because the reason that I love Apple ecosystem so much is because of the apps on there. Procreate, Adobe Photoshop is on there. I even tried Adobe Fresco. I have all these videos right here you guys could check out. The apps just work well on here compared to any device that I've used, and it's the holy grail experience to what makes an iPad an iPad. And also the Apple Pencil, 0 latency. After using it for so long, I forgot that I was drawing on glass. That was some of my main downside about drawing with the Apple Pencil, is that it felt like I was drawing on glass. And a lot of you guys keep telling me to get a matte screen protector, but I didn't want to get that because I didn't know how long I was going to have this, and also I thought it would affect the reflectiveness and stuff like that. But eventually I got used to it, and the 2nd Gen Apple Pencil just works so well. I'm gonna make a whole separate video comparing the 2nd Gen and the 1st Gen Apple Pencil and why I love it so much. It's so much more lightweight, and apparently there's 120 gigahertz display on here, and it makes such a huge difference when drawing. I just couldn't really explain it. Things just work well. The cursor's YM, the palm rejection works so well. Okay, I know that was just a lot there, but I've been loving using this thing, and also it's so light, and it has USB Type-C. Like my 6th Gen iPad still has the Apple Lightning cable, and that's just it takes forever to charge. It's frustrating having to carry around so many cables, but with USB Type-C, I use the same cable to charge my phone, the Note 10 Plus, my laptop, the Notebook 9 Pro, and the iPad, and it works well when I'm sometimes display, sometimes acts up, and I have to plug it in to use it as a second monitor. It's nice to have multiple, to just use a USB Type-C cable, and it just works. And also with Easy Canvas as well. Cons with the 2020 iPad is there's no headphone jack, and I just don't understand why companies think it's okay to not put headphone jacks on not only phones but tablets. But that's just a universal thing that just companies it's a trend right now they're doing. But that's a downside. And another downside is the price. In total this cost me 1,084 in total, including the smart keyboard cover, which I'm not a big fan of. It gets dirty really easily. I don't like the typing experience on this. There's not enough keyboard travel, and the direction for where you could put the iPad is very limited. And also, I realized I'm not a big fan of magnets. Yes, they're secure, but they're secure, but they're not the most secure that I've used. I'm not a big fan of this. The reason that my iPad is so expensive is because I got it on launch because I was so excited, and also I got the keyboard cover, which I really don't think is worth it. I don't like typing on this. The keyboard travel isn't the best. I don't like the angles, and also I have a stigma against magnet cases, as I've dropped my tablet, not just the iPad, but the Tab S6 and other tablets that have magnets so much more easy compared to a regular folio case that just has a magnet on this side but then wraps around. So I'm just not a fan of it because of that. I just prefer using this Logitech Easy Switch keyboard for $30 that lets me pair it up to 3 devices and switch. It has good keyboard travel, it's portable enough, and the battery lasts all day. So, but the base iPad by itself costs this amount, and it's around the price of a mid to high range laptop. And me a couple years ago would be so against getting a tablet for this price, but the way that Apple has really revamped the ecosystem for the iPad with iPad OS, like things are made to work on the iPad. There's better file management now, the apps are there, there's more memory now that takes more advantage of some of those more powerful apps, especially LumaFusion. Oh, there's the alternative to the Adobe Suite, Affinity Designer and Affinity Suite are on there, which is awesome. I haven't personally got to delve in myself, but I did see a couple of videos and I did try the desktop version, and it's on the iPad, and I will be trying them out on the channel, so stay in post notification for that. And with that being said, the Apple Pencil, the 2nd gen, is super pricey. It's $130. So if you could get it secondhand, I know for my 6th gen iPad, I got the Apple Pencil secondhand, and I got it for $50 instead of $100. So if you can get it, you can save yourself a lot of money. But just the iPad itself with the Apple Pencil, I think is a good alternative to a good laptop, just because the apps on there, the pencil works well, tilt functionality, palm rejection is the best that I've seen on anything. Still, one of my main downside is like the point isn't as fine enough, but it doesn't affect the drawing experience. It's just I'm more used to drawing with a more finer tip. But if you get this iPad, you don't really need a laptop unless you're doing video editing or motion graphics work. Even the basic video editing is possible on this iPad. Like, it just takes full advantage of it. Like, Apple didn't just get the macOS Catalina and then just drop it on there. They've really been revamping for things to just work on the iPad for the iPad, and it's going to continue to get support, which is why I went with the more recent model instead of last year's model. And also, last year's model right now is really hard to find. They're completely sold out, or they're like really overpriced. They're like almost the price of the new one, which is like crazy. That's how you know that the hype for this is true, and it's because Apple has been standing up to its name of providing quality drawing hardware and a really good laptop for creatives. And I'm just happy to say that I've been using this every day, and it has significantly improved my workflow. And also with that price, if you get Easy Canvas or Do It Display Pro, boom, you have yourself a Cintiq drawing tablet experience. You have yourself a drawing tablet that works with your existing computer if you have one. If you don't, the apps on here works just as well. And if you don't have the money for this model, it's really still worth it to get the 6th gen. I'm gonna make an official comparison video, but if you're just thinking like, oh, the iPad is nice and stuff, but the main reason that I love the iPad so much is the apps and the ecosystem, which you could still get on here, but some of the hardware features that make it a lot more enjoyable are the 2nd gen Apple Pencil and some other things that I will go more in depth in that video comparing both of them. I must say the battery life on this is amazing. I've been using this all day for hours on Zoom meeting as my second monitor for work, and then after that it's still at around 60-70%, and then I use a little bit to draw, and then after that I just leave it there while playing a YouTube video, and it just goes down around 30% towards like the end of the day. And since I use USB Type-C, I can use my quick charger with it to get it a little bit. Oh man, this has lasted me all days. I've taken it to friend's house to draw, to actually do work on it, and use it wirelessly as a drawing tablet. Oh man, this, you're just getting all of that in one, but not by itself though, because those things I'm talking about, they're apps like Do It Display Pro and Easy Canvas. They cost money, but the good thing about the iPad is that most of the apps on here are one-time purchase, like the Affinity Designer Suites and LumaFusion and a lot of those main apps. It's like when you get, if you get an iPad, not even like the 2020 model, you could just buy an app once and you could use it. No crazy subscription model for most of them, and they work great. So that means you don't really need a computer. So Apple's marketing has been on point with this. If I really wanted to, okay, not for me, because the type of work I do requires motion graphics and they need After Effects. Yeah, maybe LumaFusion, I haven't used it, might be a good alternative for video editing and file manager, and like there's a little bit better multitasking. But for the most part, I could do most of my drawing and creative work on here. This is my tablet, this is my sketchbook, and this is my drawing tablet for my PC, and that's why, like, I could say that get the iPad, whether this model or last year's 2018, if you can get a good deal on it, because right now the prices are going crazy since everyone wants an iPad, and for some reason last year's model, I've been seeing it for around the same price as this one, because this one keeps selling out and stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy this. If you guys want any more iPad video, stay subscribed below, and also check out this playlist to see every single video I've done on the iPad, as there's so much more apps I'm gonna try on this and review for you guys. So thanks so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below and I'll get right back to you guys. So see you guys in my next video. Bye!